Trump knows you just enough.
It's been a few days, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I've done a lot of wrestling talk, wrestling chatter, and things like that. Running my own, online or electronic federation. So, yeah, I do a lot of that. Takes a break from the politics, social commentary, and things like that. Because as you know, comparative reasoning is a catch-all topic-based commentary with no limits, no restraint. We just do what we do, say what we say, but we try to be respectful as possible, especially if we have a guest. So, this one I want to talk about Donald Trump, and I've done this before, but it was a little how can I say, heated, because I was really upset. But my views, were accurate at the time, and I want to rehash it and make it a lot, safer for all of you. So I'm gonna narrow it down real quick. I'm gonna get it done ASAP. And so Donald Trump, he constantly uses words, the tremendous and things like that. It's going to be the best, like he just recently said, it's going to be the best G7 ever. He'll say, if there's going to be a rally, it's going to be the best rally ever. What I'm going to do is going to be tremendous and things like that. He says it, and people have been insulting him, picking on him, and things like that. And they basically use that as a way of saying that Trump is not that bright. The thing is, you got to really think about what Donald Trump is doing. Donald Trump is literally a TV commercial. Donald Trump, if you really want to insult Donald Trump and say that him talking like that makes him stupid, you're going to have to look in the mirror and realize who is the dummy at this moment. And that's the part that people, are turned off when it comes to comparative reasoning. They don't want to think of themselves as dumb or unintelligent or tricked or fooled or anything like that. People just get their thing and they just want to be what it is and have no accountability of their own mental state, their own beliefs or anything. They just got to be where they are. And that's where the conflict comes in. You got to you got to be accountable for what you do, think, say. No one else, just you. So Donald Trump, if he says, we're going to have a rally today, it's going to be the best rally ever, we're going to have the best people there, we're going to have the best lighting, we're going to have the best parking, trust me, you'll love the parking. That's because that's how he raised himself. That's how he listened to his father. That's how he listened to TV commercials. And that has not changed all of these years. 60 years, it has not changed. 70, 80 years since the commercials began, before there was TV, billboards, ads, stuff on the side of these little pickets and stuff. They haven't changed. You watch car commercials, what's it going to say? It's going to be the best drive of your life, the best handling. Our tires grip the road like no other. It's the same. You got to think about that. You see a TV show coming on, like, it's going to make you laugh out loud. It's going to be the best comedy of the year. It's going to be tremendous. They say those things too. Donald Trump watches this stuff. He repeats this stuff. And when he's raising himself, basically, he's going into business, he gets money. His dad already has the name solidified. All Trump has to do is leech off of it. That's it. All he has to do is leech. That's it. So when Donald Trump says, I want to start this business, and they're like, why? And this is because my name is on it. And they're like, yeah, but the business itself, how well is that going to do? Trust me, it's going to do tremendous. It's going to do big things. This is going to be the best thing in this area by far, maybe in history. And they're like, dude. So yeah, that's what's going to happen every time. And then when Trump gets on TV, when he used to, and he would advertise his own business, he would tell everyone, please come out to Trump Casino, Tower, or this hotel or that hotel. It's going to be the best sleep, the best day. We've got the best this and that. You'll have the most cozy sleep on the planet. No other place is going to be able to do for you what this place does. And people are like, you know what? Trump is a big name. Trump, is huge. It's something new around here. I'll give it a first try. Yada, yada, yada. They might go out and try it, and it might be great that first time. And that first time is the time that hooks you. So you have to make sure it's perfect the first time. It has to be all right the second time. Then you learn to cut corners because people are going to go there anyway. By the time that business has seen its 8th turnaround, it's already made enough profit to cover any losses that there might have been just to get it up and going. It's already done that. So yes, that's where Trump comes from. And when you watch TV and you see those commercials and they talk about the best, the highest, the lowest, the higher quality, the better infrastructure, anything, that's where Trump is coming from. And you're probably wondering, okay, why is everyone not going to sit here and just follow Trump? Why? And that's because there's tribalism. If you are, when Trump first showed up, he almost had everybody. Nobody wanted to do with the Hillary again. Nobody. When he first showed up, we started realizing what Hillary was, and automatically we knew what the Republicans were, and Hillary was just a Republican. But Trump, though Republican, comes from money. He wants to run the place like a business. He's saying things that Republicans just would not say. And then he said those things that said what? It spoke to all the progressives and all the Democrats. I'm not going to be taking corporate money because I don't need their money. I'm wealthy. Man, if that ain't, honestly, I don't need your help. I can do it all by myself. That right there sounds like an outsider. That sounds like somebody that's going to just go against the grain as harsh as they can. Basically, you're not my daddy. That's basically what he did. And people's like, whoa. And then he's like, hey, you know what else we're going to do? And he just spoke populist. He spoke Medicare for all. Donald Trump spoke lowering the taxes on everyone, charging taxes for the wealthy. He spoke as populist as one could, and everyone, yeah. The problem is, for me, which I got into some heated arguments, I'm no fool. Because I was listening to it. And I remember a while ago, my friend in Nevada, he pointed out a Trump interview where he said, yeah, people are stupid. I'm very democratic. But if I chose to, I could be Republican and just talk like a Democrat and they'll all vote for me anyway. And I'm like, what? But I didn't think he would make it this far. I didn't think he'd make it to the presidency. So, and he did it. He did it. He didn't even speak like a Democrat. He spoke like a progressive, a wealthy progressive, except for the run the country like a business. And I was like, he's a Republican. And I thought about Obama. Obama is the one that made me not trust Trump. That's how that works for me. Because Obama said all these great things. He got in and then he did all the Republican stuff, throwing out a few grains of salt and crumbs here and there for us to be like, yay. But Trump, he was like, oh no, I'm going to go full progressive sounding. And I'm like, I don't believe you now. That's what happened. You got the tribalistic people that he's Republican, I'm voting Republican. I don't care. Especially when he started we're going to build a wall. We're going to keep out the Muslims until we figure out what the hell is going on. We're going to, raid the homes. He said that back then too. We got to get the illegals out. Code for Mexicans. So that's what that was. And people fell for it. It's going to be the best presidency. I'm going to do the best things. I'm going to surround myself with the best people. I'm a stable genius because Trump is from a time where if somebody's a genius, then they've got to be crazy. So that's why he calls himself a stable genius. Because he's like, I'm not crazy, I'm just a genius. And he's not in the terms you think. When it comes to business, when it comes to social connections and whatnot, no, Trump is far from it. But when it comes to advertisement, when it comes to reading a room and understanding a crowd of people and switching his guard up and his rhetoric up immediately on the spot. He's a master at it because people don't care when it's tribalistic. They don't care what you have said. They care about what you are saying. That's the problem. And for those who fall under Democrat, they voted for Trump because they had nowhere else to go. Hillary won. Hillary won, and they had nowhere to go. Right now, we don't have that problem. Ish. All right? Donald Trump reads the room, which is the United States. He can go out to a crowd and he can say, we're going to increase all prices on medical supplies and things. It's going to be a bigger cost to you. And then hear the crowd kind of get quiet. He's like, but the thing is, when you do that, the doctor's going to be incentivized to not be so greedy. So what that does is your medical bill, while the prices are going to go up on medical devices and stuff, but your bill is going to be like, 50% lower. Trust me on this. I've done the research. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And when the doctors stop charging so much money for these medical supplies and they front the bill more than you do, you're not going to have to pay that much. And if Trump says some stuff like that, people are going to be like, yes, 50% drop in medical supplies. They're not going to think about everything he said beforehand. And they're definitely going to be on the bandwagon of, so long as the Republican is saying this and saying something nice, then I'm for it. While the Democratic type people and progressives are like, you're a Republican, you're full of shit automatically. And that's just the tribe of it. And that, in a sense, is a good thing. Because you don't want to be where it's one tribe for everything. I know I'm looking at this on a Discord server that I can't be a part of, at least for a long time. So much so I had to leave my own before I went into a fit of depression again. So it's just learning what is being said and done and how and why is important. And not just, I'm not looking for confirmation bias. I'm not looking for anyone just to nod their heads. My job, my whole point is to just wake people up. My goal is to clear the fog, let you see what's going on and why, because you don't have to get deeply political. You don't have to get deeply analytical. You don't have to go all the way back to baby history and history of everyone else. With Donald Trump, as I've just done, it's just two things. How he was raised, the business he was doing, and the examples of how people are gathered towards business and buying new cars, buying new types of homes, new gadgets and devices based on someone saying it's great, it's tremendous, it's the lowest price out there for the greatest quality. It's the greatest quality is a higher price, but you will never regret it. Things like that. If you're a true patriot, you will definitely buy this. If you like saving money, you'll watch this whole ad. If you enjoy a clean, healthy body and internal system, you'll give our product a try. And if you're not happy, send it back. When they know people aren't really going to send it back, they're going to get it, be pissed off, probably throw it away or let it sit somewhere. They're not going to send it back because it's too much damn hassle. And then, although it took them 15 seconds to take the money out the bank, it's going to take them a month or two to put the money back in. They know this, and they know that people aren't going to really try. And that's exactly what Donald Trump has done. He's gotten everyone to do, well, not everyone, he's gotten his base fully sold on him, and he don't have to fool the already fooled. He only have to keep the pace going. Which, in a sense, taking it to something else George Bush had to do. Get in and just keep whatever's there the way it is and just ride out your presidency. Maybe make a few things better. Maybe increase some things, do better minimum wage or whatnot. That's all he had to do. But instead, he wanted to go into the money. He failed oil, okay? You fuck up an oil business, you are done. And George Bush, he wanted to get into the transatlantic, the Trans-Arabian pipeline industry, which has been going on since 1953. So he got us into endless wars because that's all the Middle East was. Donald Trump has also spoke on something that we have not had in the United States in quite some time. And he's talking about maybe doing a third term. He can't, But at some point, when he realizes he's in jeopardy, because he only spoke the words, "You can't indict a sitting president." That's all he did. And to invoke words and that become a rule of law or something, just like he did populists, I'm going to do this, and people went along with it. And so he knows if no one's going to come after him, he's going to have to stay in office. So long as he's president, no one's going to stay in office. That's it. He threw out a lie. The people ran with it. Because his whole goal isn't to convince the people around him. His goal is to convince the country. And so long as his base is large and loud, he himself is somewhat protected. And so the only way to get Trump away from all of this and to kill his base's power is to elect progressives, not Democrats, progressives. And that's the only way to stop Trump, because he's already helping everyone who is fooled stay foolish. We have to make sure that we who are seeing through it and are not tribalistic on his side, we have to make sure we're the ones that can hold him accountable through our vote for our, in a sense, like-minded people. This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.